For this project, we were asked to evidence the development and abilities learned through this six-semester course. We'll learn topics like simple and compound interest, test hypotheses, annuities, among other topics. This project is made in teams of 3 or 4 people. Each individual chose a topic to develop, focusing on gender salary gap. After many days of research, we found 2 primary sources and 3 important facts to consider before making and solving the problem focusing on this issue, which will be presented continuously.
In the United States, according to an estimate published by the Institute for Women's Policy Research, the wage gap will not close at this rate until 2058, which is another generation away from women of today. The UN recently reported that worldwide wage gap will take 70 years to close at the rate at which it's currently closing. From 2005 to 2014, the weekly earning gender gap closed only by 1.5 percentage points. From 1995 to 2004, the gap closed by 4.9 percentage points and 8.1 percentage points from 1985 to 1994. The rate has slowed down tremendously, and very little gains are being made.
Fact number 2 tells us that it is estimated that for every child a woman has, she suffers a 5% wage penalty. Studies show that in comparison with female managers who are not pregnant, those who are perceived to be less committed to the job, less dependable, and more emotional. Studies show part-time work, low experience, and more interrupted work only contribute to 1/3 of the motherhood penalty. Discrimination plays a significant role in the limitations for working mothers.
Saying women make 77 cents to every dollar a man makes it's an exaggeration. By comparing difference in annual earnings between men and women, we found that there is about a 23 cents difference per dollar according to the Census Bureau. Women of color, in fact, suffer from even a larger wage gap. If you look at the weekly earnings for women, the figure is a little smaller, around an 18 cents difference. In 1963, when the Equal Pay Act was passed, women only made 59 cents on the dollar. That figure rose to 77 cents by 2004 and has increased by less than half a penny every year since. If a woman invests $3,000 in an account with 5% of rate and is compounded quarterly for 5 years, how much it will be in her account at the end of the 5 years? And will she be able to buy a car of $4,000? So as we know in the problem, we know that P is 3,000, our rate is of 5%, but it is quarterly, we divide 5% divided by 4, so it's 0.05 divided by 4. That is going to be our rate. N is 4 because it's quarterly and it's the number of payments, and T is the 5 years. So now we are going to solve in the formula. So it's A equals 3,000 multiply 1 plus our rate 0.05 divided by 4 multiplying 4 multiplied by 5, that is 20. So our A, it is equal to $3,846.11. So now we are going to see if we can buy the car. The car is $4,000, so it's the car minus the A. So it's 4,000 minus 3,846.11. So the woman has $153.89 that she's missing.
The mother wants to pay a $600,000 loan before having her second children. She earns $60,000 a month. She found the bank has a 3% interest a year to pregnant women. This is where she places her remaining money after paying $28,000 of daily life expenses. His newborn baby will be born in precisely 4 months.
Gathering all the values in the problem, the first question asks us to get interest, which is R times P times T, which gives us a total of $6,000. And then to get A, it's as simply as P plus I, which gives us $606,000. For the following questions, it asks us how much would she have to save every month. That's simply dividing $606,000 divided by the time, which is 4 months, which gives a total of $151,500. That's what she will have to save every month. And will she be able to make it? Of course not, because she has a salary of $60,000 a month minus the life expenses, which are 28,000, as the problem says. For the last question, it says how much will she earn when her second child is born. That is what she earns times 0.05, because the fact tells us that every child she has, she will earn 5% less of their salary. So it gives us $3,000 less, which gives us a total of $57,000 a month after the second child is born.
A single mother has a debt of $25,000 because of scholarships. She has to pay in 6 monthly payments with an interest of 15% compounded monthly. So the first thing we have to do is divide the interest times the payments in a year, and that will give us 0.015. Then we need to solve for R. First we need to put the entire debt, that is 25,000, and then the rest with the interest we got, which is 0.0125, and that will give us 4350.85. Afterwards we need to make the table, which is divided by interest, rent, and balance. The first thing we need to do is multiply the entire value times the interest, which is 25,000 times 0.0125. That will give us 312.5. Then we need to rest it from the R. That will give us 4,038.35. Afterwards we need to take that amount out of our balance, which was 25,000, and we will get 20,961.65. Then this is the value we're going to use for the next payment. What we need to do is multiply again times the interest and continue with this process until we fill in the table. The goal is to get 0 at the final row. So basically, this exercise and the entire course helped us understand how mathematics, finance, statistics, and all the topics we saw, how this can help us through our life, the things we can live and we can apply in many things, not just the school or mathematics, like a rent, like in banks, like in debts. And with this exercise, we show and explain that we understand how can we relate this to a daily life example and take advantage of it.